Through the first 2 games of this series, Russell Westbrook was completely outplayed by Damian Lillard. In what was one of the more epic individual matchups of the first round, Lillard continued to torch Westbrook and the Thunder on one end while making defensive plays on the other. And it looked like there was no hope in sight until Russ dropped the gauntlet after Game 2.
The way I played was unacceptable, and I'm going to be better, so I'm not worried one bit.
And dropped the hammer in Game 3. While Russ endured one of the 5 worst shooting seasons we've ever seen from a starting guard this year, one good thing might have come out of it. He started deferring to teammates a little bit more. Where once he would have just come down the floor and jacked up a tough contested jumper, it was clear he didn't trust his shot as much, and he's been willing to give the ball up earlier and earlier in the possession. And you can see evidence in that as his usage rate plummeted to its lowest since his second year in the league. In the 2 games in Portland, his shooting splits were pretty nasty, as was his net rating when he was on the court. Coming back to OKC, there was no place to go but up, and he started off the game catching Portland cross-matched, with Harkless picking him up way late and takes him straight to the hole for the nice righty finger roll. The quick rub screen gets Lillard off of Russ, and he takes advantage when Harkless goes underneath this handoff, which he should, mind you, in an effort to make Russ prove it. And prove it he does. The presence of Schroeder has also helped Russ get off the ball a little bit, and when he can't make anything happen, Russ is waiting patiently at the top of the key. What happens next can only mean the basketball gods are shining down upon you, as there's no way this should lead to a layup, but it does. More evidence that Russ is learning to get off the ball and attack off the catch. The Thunder try to run a weave into ball screen for him, but Dame blows it up, forcing Russ to scamper over to the right wing, and with CJ on him, he blows right by him and wisely uses the inside hand layup to protect the ball. Early in the third, they call for an ISO out top, but the spacing wasn't great as he drives to the side where Cantor is just waiting for him. No matter, he pulls a Dirk leg, gets the foul and basket, and he's officially cooking. Here's another sign the basketball gods are on your side. The ball gets deflected straight up in the air, and Russ happened to be inbounding it right there, leaps up, and not only draws a foul, but in a heads-up move, gets 2 free throws out of it. Against CJ again, it looked like he was going to ISO and attack the basket, but instead, he hits him with a catch-and-shoot 3. For what it's worth, he was 5 percentage points better at catch-and-shoot than off-the-dribble threes, and he just nails this one to increase the lead to 10. On the offensive rebound, Russ finds CJ on him again and just attacks the middle, getting fouled and somehow hitting this shot on the way down to the ground to give the Thunder some much-needed separation. Playing at home in front of one of the most hostile crowds for an opponent was no doubt one of the keys to the Thunder's success. And I'm sure you'd love the opportunity to be part of it by going to a playoff game this year. The best way to get tickets is to use the SeatGeek app. They scour the internet for the absolute best prices available, give them a grade to let you know what kind of deal you're getting, and with only a few taps on your phone, you're good to go. Best of all, use my code BBall on your first purchase and you'll get $20 off. So, download the SeatGeek app now and get in the game. You can still see residual hesitation to shooting based on his percentages at this point, but he proceeds to hit one of the more difficult threes you can take, the double pump, stand still, hand in your face variety. Down the stretch, we get the old version of Russ as he dribbles it up himself into a post-up. Check the use of the chicken wing to knock Lillard back before rising up into the Dirk leg fadeaway from 12 feet. Watch Jeremy Grant sprint up to set the ball screen. It looks like it will be on Lillard's right, but at the last second he flips it to the other side. Awesome acceleration into crossover means the only choice the defense has is to foul. He seems to have overcome his free throw issues from the regular season, jinx, as he's nailing almost 95% of them in this series. And at the end of the game, with a comfortable lead and no pressure, he gives us a glimpse into the old Russ, the one that would come down and shoot the best shot he has in his arsenal, the pull-up from 15. To put the exclamation on the whole game, the final word in the game filled with jawing back and forth between him and Dame, he does another wild double pump, feet too wide, twisting in the air toss-up that drops right through the net, bringing the crowd to their feet, and injecting some much-needed life into the Thunder. Whether or not it was a mistake to poke the bear that is Damian Lillard remains to be seen. I will say that this whole rocking the baby thing meant to mock Lillard's stature lacks class and dignity, especially in a series where they were down 2-0 at the moment, and even in the game that celebrates trash talking, I'll merely ask, can you hear me shaking my head? Damian Lillard's response was to detonate for 25 points in the third quarter, and the Thunder need to be careful since that's the kind of explosion that can propel a team to a win all by himself. So, Game 4 looms extremely large for the Thunder, as they cannot afford to go down 3-1 heading back to Portland. They also must continue their unexpected hot shooting from 3 like we saw last night. But if we get this version of Russell Westbrook, then they'll certainly be in better position to get right back in it and hopefully make this a series to remember. I hope you enjoyed this video and it made sense to you as a coach, a player, and a fan. Please give us a thumbs up and comment down below. Plus, I'm offering you a free video with more insights into the way the game is played that will improve your playing and your coaching. Make sure to check back here since I'll have a range of different free videos moving forward and we'll be swapping out links. Click here to watch some other videos I recently produced and hit that subscribe button and adjust your settings so you'll be notified immediately as soon as a new video drops. Thanks for joining me today, and don't forget, sports fans, at BBallBreakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in?